Okay, so today we will discuss about the wear. Actually, what do you mean by wear? What is the wear? So, as we know that wear is nothing but the progressive loss of the material from the contacting surface due to relative in motion is nothing called as a wear. So, that is nothing but we can define the wear as a undesirable displacement from the surface of the material, displacement or removal of the material from the surface of material or during the relative motion. Okay, so here along with the fatigue and corrosion, the wear has been one of the three major factors limiting the life and performance of the engineering component and the engineering system. So whether the system is a be as a heavy machines or as a small as a teeny electrical devices, the wear is undesirable if it occurs. Sometimes the wear is of beneficial type or because of, and that type of wear is nothing called as a mild wear. Okay, so initial stage of the mild wear that is called as a mild wear is the beneficial for the running in mechanism, so that we are able to make the smooth surface over the components. So due to of wear, it had big impacts, economic impacts over the industry, not only the industry, over the economic of the country. Okay, so it will cover the capital also, the maintenance cost also. So first of all, when we are talking about the loss of the material from the contacting surface, that reduces the dimension of the component, and this often leads to the increased clearance between the moving parts and consequently results in high vibration, high noise, reduced efficiency, and the system malfunction if dynamic loading is involved. The reduced component dimension could promote the fatigue fracture and leading to a catastrophic failure. So secondly, so the material be attached form worn, that is nothing called as a wear debris, and it is similarly harmful as it may causes contamination. Let us take an example. When a machine for a food or beverage processing has problems with wear, it may act as an abrasive wear that trapped inside the contacting surface, the causing further increased wear rate, or it may also block a valve, that is critical pipeline, and oil filter accumulated in the electrical contacting point, etc., that preventing the normal function of the system, and thus the cost of the wear is enormous and great effort that have been made ever since early age of the industry with aims to reduce the or eliminate the wear. Now, so there is some progress. Can be made to control the wear and prevent the wear for the better understanding of the mechanism. Okay. So generally, the coefficient of friction is from 1 to 1. Coefficient of friction is more than 1. We have read, we have seen, but we have to reduce this coefficient of friction with better design. Okay, and we have to reduce one coefficient of friction to 0.5. It means that we have to reduce it by 20 times. So if you are able to design properly a good design, the wear can be reduced with 1,000 times, 100,000 times. So this is the most demanding factor. Okay, so as I told you just now, the wear is a mild wear and sub wear. So mild wear is nothing called as a zero wear. It will not cost anything, and in fact, it will increase your performance when you are doing the job work. and it is for the betterment of, and that's why we call it as a undesirable wear. Whereas the measurable wear is nothing called as a served wear. Okay, and this is undesirable wear and undesirable removal of the material, and it will cause you, it will this it will decrease your the performance of the machine, and it will cause the cost economy, and there will be impact over the economy. This is not desirable. So now let us take the example. Here, this you can see the two surface in irregular shape. Okay, when the first body is slide over the another body, what will happen? Initially, the some measurable mild wear occur, and it means that it is going to make the smoothness, and there will be the feeling of scavenging over the opposite surface. Okay, and this is nothing called as a mild wear or zero wear. Okay, so pitting, when you're talking about the pitting, that is I called as a measurable wear or sub wear. Let us take example of the pitting, and this comes under the category of one of the mechanism of the wear. So actually what happening, and it occurs due to fatigue failure, number of cycles repetitive, due to of load, number of repetitive load over the tooth surface, and because of that what will happen, the contact stress is being exceed the surface fatigue strength of the material, and thus the pitting occurs. Here you can see initially there is the formation of crack, and this crack is going to make a large crack, and some amount of material is getting removed, and at last the material, you can see the material is removed or detached from the surface of the material, and that is nothing but a formation of the pitting. So what are the wear mechanism? So before that, so all wear will possess or involve one or combination of the more mechanism that includes abrasion, adhesion, fatigue, oxidation, or other tribochemical action. Okay. So in order to solve a wear problem, it is necessary to understand the underlying wear mechanism. And in the following section, we will discuss the most frequently encountered wear mechanism in the industry. Okay, so that is nothing but wear by abrasion and wear by adhesion, and we will discuss about this. So what are the various types of wear mechanism? The first one is abrasive wear, adhesive wear, cavitation, corrosive wear, erosive wear, fatigue, frettling, etc. Now coming to the adhesive wear. So this is nothing but wear by adhesion. Okay, here the engineering surface is never perfectly flat. Okay, and the surface of the most highly polished engineering component, so irregularity or asperity. When two such surfaces are brought into the contact, the real contact actually occurs only at the some high asperity, which is a small fraction, that is 1 by 100 of the apparent contacting area. And as a result, what will happen? There will be the plastic deformation and intermetallic adhesion will occur, and the forming cold weld junction between the contacting asperity. So the strength of the junction is determined by the surface structure and by the mutual solubility of two contact metals. The tendency of adhesion is the lowest for a pair of the metal with almost zero mutual solubility. But this is limited to very few metals. So most metallic, you can see, most metallic material, you can see the appreciable tendency of adhesion. Okay. See here, when the two contact surface undergo in the relative movement, the tearing must take place either at the cold weld junction or inside the original material and depends on which is weaker. So if the strength of adhesion junction is relatively low, as in the case a contact pair with low mutual solubility of the metallic surface is separated by the oxide film, the tearing will take place at the junction and the material loss during the wear will be minimal. Okay? And however, when the tearing occurs inside the sulfur material, the fragment of the sulfur material will be dragged away and adhering to the harder body, and as you can see here in the figure, in figure C, how the steel is pushed in the indium. This is the soft, this is the hard material. After getting inside, when we are taking up the steel material, we can see here there is some detachment of the indium material and attached to the steel harder material. So this is nothing but what I am talking about now. Okay, so the transfer fragment is plastically deformed during continued action of sliding, so that the transfer material frequently has a plate-like morphology, and multi-material transfer is the attachment to the transferred layer, probably when the bond between the layer and the underlying the material has been locally weak by a cyclic loading. So all this theory will predict the wear rate. Let us start from the concept of true area of the contact. How much area is contact only, that much only wear rate will be developed. So usually we are assuming the true area of the contact between the two real metal surface that determine the plastic deformation. What I have discussed now. So we will discuss now the prediction of the wear rate. Okay. So adhesive wear is generally dominated by the material transfer and removal of the transferred material. So the former is determined by the material property and the strength of the adhesion junction, while the latter by the sliding condition. So Archer proposed that adhesive wear rate W, okay, can be expressed as wear rate can be expressed as K into load upon hardness of the sulfur material. So wear rate is nothing but K into, or we can write out wear is directly proportional to the load, applied load, and inversely proportional to the hardness of the sulfur material. When we are going to combine with, we are going to get as a wear rate is nothing but K into W upon H. Okay, sometime the wear rate, we are in the some book you will see the W as a wear rate, and in some book you will see the W as a load. Or when we are taking as a W as a wear rate, then you should take the P as a load. Okay, and you can see here that as I told you, the adhesive wear will be based on the actual area of the contact. So area is nothing but load upon hardness of the sulfur material. So area is nothing but load upon normal load that applied to the surface of other surface divided by hardness of the sulfur material, and this expression will provide you the appropriate results if whole load is supported due to the plastic deformation of the surface. However, when we are talking about the elastoplastic deformation, then area of contact is nothing but W upon H to the power of N, and where N should belongs to 0.666 to 1. That is, we can see here 2 by 3 to 1. Okay, so as I told you, the wear rate is nothing but K into W upon load upon H, where K is nothing but wear coefficient and K is the possibility of generation of wear debris from each contact, and would be higher if two contacting materials have higher metal solubility. So K would also be higher when wear occurs in vacuum or inert atmosphere such that the adhesive wear is one of the major problems of contacting components like bearings, satellites, etc. Okay. So before this, how to improve the adhesive wear resistance? The question is asking how to improve the adhesive wear resistance. So first of all, you have to improve the mechanical property like hardness and the strength of the contacting material, because tearing is more likely to happen in the adhesion junction. The material select, second one is the material selection, changing the chemical nature of the surface, like by in surface engineering, will fundamentally reduce the possibility of the adhesion and reduce the wear rate, etc. Okay, so now we will discuss about the scoring wear. So what is a scoring wear? This is nothing but the sub form of the.
Something went wrong. Please try opening the activity.
Hello? Okay, so next one is a scoring wear. So this is the sub form of the adhesive wears, and that occurs due to tearing out of the small particles that weld together due to overheating. Okay, so here some pressure or high sliding velocity will take place at the tooth mesh zone and permitting the metal to metal contact. So as the welding occurs, the sliding force will tear the metals from the surface. Here the welding will be cold welding. Okay, it will produce the magnet cavity in one surface and projection over the other surface, and thus the wear will be initiated at macro level, and this wear, whatever is initiated, is going to be progressive, going to be expand progressively rapidly. So sometimes we are calling a scoring as the sieging, galling, and a scuffing. Okay. So the steps leads to the adhesive wear. You can see here, just now I have discussed you whatever, all these things is mentioned over in this. So as I told you, wear volume rate here. So wear volume is nothing but directly proportional to the L. So V is directly proportional to L. So wear volume proportional to the load. V is directly proportional to W. So and also wear volume is inversely proportional to the hardness of the soft metal. So 1 by H. Okay. So all combining you will get V is proportional to the WL upon H. Yeah. So we were discussing now. So on combining the volume, wear volume rate is nothing but WL upon H, where W is nothing but normal load applied. L is nothing but the distance traveling distance, how much distance is going to be traveled. 1 minute. And H is nothing but hardness of the soft. So now we have to convert the directly proportional into the equal to. So we are putting when we are converting the directly proportional in equal to, we are just putting the k as a constant, and this k is nothing but in all the real calculation we are writing a k1 upon 3. Okay, so V is equal to K1 WL upon 3, and this is nothing but Archer's wear equation, and this is nothing but the law of adhesive wear. Value of K1 is generally depends on the elastoplastic contacts and the shearing of those contacts, or we can also take it as the environmental effect, the lubrication mode, sliding velocity, etc. Now, so you can see here in the meld wear, the coefficient of friction is nothing but 0.01 to 1 micrometer of the metal oxide are generated here, and these types of kind will occur at low contact pressure. Whereas in the subs adhesive wear, you can see here 20 to 200 micrometer of the metallic particles wear rate increases, and the seizure means nothing but the fasten together and the result of mutual plastic deformation of the material. What is the reason of the seizure? How it is going to be caused? So due to the poor lubrication system, the poor heat dissipation, and the due to of less clearance. So now coming to the abrasive wear. So abrasive wear is nothing, is also called as a wear by abrasion, and most frequently encounter wear mechanism in the industry, and there will be the two situations where abrasive wear may occur. Okay, so what are the two situations? That is three body abrasion and two body abrasion. Okay, so first of all, I will discuss about three body abrasion, then I will discuss about two body abrasion, or I will discuss first two body wear. Whatever. So the first one is I told you the two body wear abrasion. So this occurs in metal to metal contact when the fruit turbulence on a hard surface plug or cut through the other surface. The since asperity exists in the every engineering surface and the never can be eliminated by very sophisticated polishing, and thus the possibility of two body abrasion will exist. And frequently the two body abrasion like generation of the work hardened and the wear debris and the introduction of abrasive particles through contaminated lubricant. So in a simple way we can define when there are the two rubbing parts, a two body material involved in friction process, the wear is called two body wear. Here the wear will cause the sofa material will caused by the asperity on the harder surface. On the other hand, the second one is three body wear abrasion, which involves the foreign hard particles either trapped between two sliding surface and abrading on abrading one or both the surface embedded in sofa surface and abrading the opposing one. For example, three body generally we can see in the mining industry or in machines work in desert. When you are going to work with the machine in the desert, the third particle, the sand or some dust will communicate to the machine, between the machine. Okay, so that is nothing but embedment into the one of the matting materials. So you can see here the two body abrasive wear mechanism figure and three body abrasive mechanism figure. Okay, so in two body abrasion mechanism only two material is sliding over there, and here due to of that what will happen? The harder material is going to remove the some material from the sofa material. In the three body abrasion, some another hard body is coming in contact with these two hard body, these two material, between these two material, and while sliding over or movement of these two material also what we can say, when the trapped surface is coming between the two sliding surface, the abrading one or the both surface are embedded in a softer surface and abrading the opposing one, and you can see here the material detached from the softer surface. So there at the macro level process we can see the plugging, cutting, cracking, etc. is nothing but the abrasive wear mechanism. So before this, I will discuss about the abrasive wear mechanism. So the mechanism of the material removal in a abrasive wear is basically the same as the machining or grinding, whatever you have done in the manufacturing process, whatever you have read in your manufacturing process. So at the onset of wear, the hard asperity of particle penetrate into the sofa surface under the normal contact pressure. When a tangential motion is imposed, the material in the sofa removed by combined effects of macro plugging, micro cutting, macro cracking, and as a result, the on surface is generally characterized by grooves, a scratch, and the wear debris often has a form of macro cutting tips, etc. So as we have discussed, now in a adhesive that V is nothing but WL upon S. So similarly here, or K into WL upon S, similarly here we can do it. So how we are going to improve the abrasive wear resistance? Generally, the wear loss can be reduced by decreasing the contact load, reducing the sliding distance, reducing the value of K by eliminating the presence of hard particles, and reducing the surface roughness of the counterface. However, these changes are frequently impossible in practice if the function of a machine is to be maintained, and they increase the hardness by means of the metal selection, the heat treatment, and the surface engineering will be most effective and relatively easy way to solve the abrasive wear problem. So now coming to the plugging, the material is shifted to the side of the wear groove and the material is not removed from the surface. Cutting is nothing but the chip formation in front of cutting extremity or grease, and the material is going to be lost from the surface in a volume which is equal to nothing but equal to the volume of wear groove. Cracking is nothing but brittle fracture as we know. So in the subsurface region, the material get cracks surrounding the wear groove, and the volume lost material will be higher than the volume of wear track. Okay, so now we will discuss now about the corrosive wear. Okay, so corrosive wear is nothing but here it occurs due to chemical reaction and some mechanical action over the surface, and the corroding media is nothing but lubricant and moisture content. Okay, and these are two corroding media where the corrosive occurs will take place, and due to corrosive occurs or material is getting removed from the surface of the material. Okay, so generally here we can see that the wear may be accelerated, that is nothing but oxidation of the rubbing surface. So when the metal surface is normally covered with a layer of the oxide which could prevent metal to metal contact and thus avoiding the formation of adhesion and reducing the tendency of adhesive wear. In this, the oxide is favorable factor in reducing wear rate of metallic material. However, whether such beneficial effect can be realized or not is strongly dependent on the material property or contact condition. When the hardness of the metal underlying the oxide layer is low and the contact load is relatively higher, the metal beneath the oxide layer will plastically deform and the asperity in the hard surface will penetrate through the thin oxide layer, leading to the normal metal to metal contact. In such case, wear by abrasion or adhesion will occur depending on the mechanical property and chemical property of the contacting metals, and thus the beneficial effect of the oxide is minimum or minimal. The wear rate is generally high. On the other hand, when the underlying metal is hard enough to support the oxide film, such as on a surface engineered the hard surface, a process is nothing called as oxidation wear will occur. Okay, so this is nothing but about the corrosion wear. Now erosive wear generally it occurs with some when the solid particle as well as in the liquid particle. So where the liquid particle is going to be eroded with the solid particles, and this is generally caused by the particles impingement like either solid, liquid or gaseous, that removes the fragment of the materials from the surface. And how it is going to remove the materials fragment? With the momentum effect. Let us take an example over here. We can see the engineering bearings. In the engineering bearing, the erosive wear is caused due to cavitation of lubrication oil. Here, the cavitation bubbles may form the oil exist from the convergent gap between the bearing and journal surface, and the oil pressure rapidly drop, providing the bearing and journal surface. The oil pressure rapidly drop, providing condition for void formation, and the voids or bubbles collapse, producing a shock wave that removes the particle of the bearing material from the bearing. So generally the erosive wear is a function of particle velocity, impact angle, and abrasive size. So now coming to the fatigue wear, we have discussed in a pitting. So generally it is caused due to cyclic load during the friction. If the load is more than fatigue strength of the material, then it cracks. The crack start at the material surface and spread to the subsurface region. And the best example we have seen in the pitting process. So the cracks may connect to each other, resulting in the separation and the delamination of the material pieces. And the fatigue wear is, for example, in the fretting wear that caused by the cycling sliding of two surfaces across each other. The friction force will produce compression, tension, stress, alternative compression, tension, stress that results in surface fatigue. Okay. Sometimes the overlay of engine bearing also results in the propagation of crack-ups to the intermediate layer and the total number of overlay. Okay. The next one is delamination wear. So delamination wear is also called as surface fatigue wear, and this delamination wear is discovered by Nam Pisser at MIT in 1973, and it takes place in 3 stages. The void forms near the surface. Voids grow as cracks parallel to the surface. Detachment of long thin wear particles when the crack reaches a critical length and breaks through to the surface. In the next class, we will continue the delamination wear. Okay.